Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Now, let me get this straight. You went into the impound, scaled the fence, broke into the Winnebago, and smashed the bed all on a hunch? I'll believe that when my shit turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet.
Welcome to the Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of the Black Irish Podcast with Mike Crawford and myself, Brendan McCorkle. Mike, you're here! Lucky number 11, Mike Crawford is here in person. How we doing, sir?
I'm good, man. How you today?
I'm all right, but before we get into all the fun stuff, our St. Paddy's Day episode, you owe me an apology.
Why?
Because on last week's episode, we were talking about getting, our level of fame and all that kind of stuff, what pocket we want to be in, and you had mentioned that you have friends for like over 30 years. You don't have to worry about them. But people in the 5 and 6 range, you got to watch out for them when you get paid. How long have we known each other?
Well,
6 years?
Yeah, but you don't count in that because you'd be getting paid too, Brendan.
So, yeah, still, but you can't trust me around your money, bro? I don't know.
I wouldn't have
I think you owe me an apology. You have to say sorry.
I'm sorry, Brendan.
Okay, you hurt my feelings. Okay. That being said, now we can get rich and everything's fine, okay?
Yeah.
So, since you're here, you got here Saturday. How was your flight? How's your landing? All that good stuff.
I'm not the greatest flyer, but it was fun while it lasted. I try to sleep as much as possible, but, bro, LA is just different, especially than where I'm from, so.
Yeah, but you used to live out here, but is it just kind of one of those, like, you get reminded?
Yeah, it's been so long, so I get reminded. We get on the highway, and it's like, whoa, we ain't California. It's different. All types of cars, all types of crazy stuff you see, so.
Yeah, so I picked you up from the airport, and then within 10 minutes of leaving the airport, there's a murdered out black Lamborghini with orange rims. Looks sick. And then it has a number 13 sticker on the side, which granted, may have some gang affiliation, but I don't know. I don't see somebody spending that kind of money on a car and putting a sticker anywhere besides Los Angeles.
You shouldn't do that to a Lambo. Just stop. And then we see about a 21-year-old shagged out dude driving the drive top Phantom. What? Who's his dad, bro?
Yeah, so that was a nice little reminiscence of
reminiscent introduction to you're back in California.
Yeah, that's right.
LA to be exact.
Well, anyway, so you're back in California. We're here hanging out in person. St. Paddy's Day episode. We're gonna have some fun, but we got to start off with tradition.
See, we might be in a fight and all that, but it's really about reputation. Humiliating another mob in a row, or doing something that the other firms get to hear and talk about.
So what we're doing this week, since Mike is always accusing me of being shisty or whatever with the cards, he's going to shuffle and draw this week. So start with the white cards, and since you're dealer, I get to go. You didn't shuffle those yet.
I did.
All right. Well, then I'm
Off
picking.
camera.
Just fan them, and I'll pick one.
Off camera.
So, yeah, off camera. I don't know what you're doing, man. You're leading me into this one. Canada! I'm Canada. All right, Mike. Who are you? Mike is?
The Kardashians.
The Kardashians versus Canada. A battle for the ages. All right, Mike. I want lucky number 8.
8? 8 it is.
4, 5, 6. Come on.
You weren't even right. You messed my count
4.
up, bro.
It's 8. How? You
You messed my count up.
can fly if nobody is watching, Canada.
Well,
I think that's what you guys do anyway.
That means you'll never be able to fly, and I'll take 7.
You're agoraphobic. Do you know what that means?
Absolutely not.
I think I know what it means, but I don't want to look it up. So let's go off what we think agoraphobia is. Isn't that afraid of going outside?
What?
I think that's afraid of going outside.
Well, bro, if you're not going to Google it, I have no way to argue.
Well, then
this
you
shit.
better come up with something that's believable as agoraphobia. All right, give me another one. I don't care. Dealer's choice. Is Amish. Canada is Amish and can fly if nobody is watching. And Mike is the Kardashians, who are agoraphobic and armed with a sadness ray. That's both of these seem pretty accurate.
Yo.
Canada, dude. Okay, how do you want to lose? How do you want to die? I've got all of Canada at my expense.
Don't worry.
And I can fly if you're not watching. The Kardashians are always
time out.
looking in the mirror.
Time out. All the men in Canada are gonna fight on my side. I got the Kardashians, bro. Like they got some.
I got Celine Dion. I
got
will
some-
woo you to sleep
They
and
have
then
some
stomp
type-
on your skull.
They have some type of spell over men. They can make men do what they want, bro. Literally,
And some women.
There you go.
I'm saying.
And the mom, she's head genius. Like I'm just gonna get
See,
her to hire
she's the
someone
assassin.
Yeah, I'm gonna get her to hire the assassin, and we're just gonna get rid of you.
No, but it's Canada. You realize how many people? That's like one of those things where it takes a certain amount of eggs. You got to break a certain amount of eggs to make an omelet. Canada, sorry, Canada. If half you guys have to die to take out the Kardashians, is that a sacrifice we're all willing to make? Even though I don't have a problem with the Kardashians.
Or we can just get mom to talk the president into dropping a bomb on the whole Canada and all.
Stop touching your mic. I get to slap him this time. Usually I have to like try and signal.
You're right about that.
Still, no. Kardashians, how many of them are there? Do you count all the other ones?
It's 4.
Okay,
It's
so there's
4
Chloe,
girls, right?
Chewbacca, Kim.
What? Tell out.
What?
Who is Chewbacca?
The
What's his
tall
name?
one. Chloe. She used to look like Chewbacca. I bet she looks great now.
Yo, you are so disrespectful.
Dude, when she was with Lamar, that's the only time I ever looked at her.
If they ever hear this show is not getting aired on any more places ever. They're gonna black.
Okay, hey, if the Kardashians blacklist us, then we've made our mark. We've done something. We'll change our name, start a new LLC, and come from a different angle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think you can't beat Canada. There's so many people there. I didn't even have to look. I can fly when you're not watching. That means I could just
always
be.
Gonna be watching. It's,
How? You guys are always looking in the mirror. I'll just be hovering over you
Mom-
with whoever
Mom
I
is
want.
Always watching everything.
Please. You can't have. Okay,
Everything.
fine.
It's all
Then
calculated.
I'm all of Canada. I'm Canada. I'm flying when you're not watching. I'm hovering over, and then I'm just dropping on your head.
Brain. She's gonna use her brain to figure out a way.
You know how many smart Canadians there are? Bro, listen. You
Tell
are
me the smartest Canadian you know. Just tell me. I'm waiting. I'll wait.
Wayne Gretzky.
Well, if that is the smartest Canadian you know, y'all don't stand a chance. You all do not stand a chance. But being that
Oh,
you're a whole state.
Tim Horton,
But I'm hold on. No, you don't win.
the Maple Leafs.
You're not even gonna want to fight.
They're a hockey team. Listen,
I'm with the sadness rate. I'm just gonna spray you all. With
listen.
sadness,
Trust me.
with
If I have to
sadness.
look at the Kardashians, it's a happy ray. If I have to listen to them, it's a sad ray. So that just kind of comes with the territory.
No,
You're
I'm spraying.
agoraphobic. You're afraid to go outside.
I can spray you with a sound ray from the top of my castle. Do you know how big the Kardashians' house is?
Yes, I've driven by it.
Oh, okay.
We're in California.
California.
So yes,
So
I've driven
look,
by it. It's not a castle. It's a regular house. It's a
Not-
giant house.
It's
One of
it's-
many, I'm sure. But still, no, you're not. You're inside, afraid to do anything. You're going
But
to.
shoot you with a sadness.
You're
ray.
going to try, and
make
it's
you
not
never
going to go
wanna
out the
fight.
house.
And
You're
make
going to
you
bounce,
never
hit
wanna
yourself.
fight. You'll never want to fight.
What are you
You'll be too
talking
sad
about?
to
I'm
fight.
all of Canada. That's all that matters.
All of you.
Even
will
if they're
all be
Amish
sad.
and they come at you with their wooden hammers and they just tack you in your stupid little skull,
They will
it's
all
going
be
to
scared to
eventually
fight.
drill a hole there.
They will all be sad to fight. They won't want to fight. They'll be too sad. Do you want to fight at a funeral? No, you don't want to fight at a
What do
funeral.
I look like, me lad?
Yeah,
See that?
exactly. Exactly.
The buckles on me shoes? Why, I'm a leprechaun.
I'll let you have this since you traveled all the way across the country to be here. However, I'm not happy about it. But that did spark something. So, like the little tack hammer and like you just hitting somebody until there's a giant hole in there. My best friend and I used to like imagine like, hey, when we were kids, like if somebody fucked with our family, like how would you torture them? And that was our go-to, was a tack hammer to the chest, just lightly tapping on it, and then eventually there would just be a giant.
My go-to if you wanted to torture somebody. Have you ever seen
Law-abiding citizen?
Yes.
It is. As soon as I saw that, I literally text James. I was like, have you seen this? This is everything we wanted to do.
Everything.
I mean, not wanted to. Would if we
I
had to write a movie about it. That's what we would do.
Law-abiding citizen.
But yeah, that was like bamboo shoots up the fingernails. But yeah, our go-to was a tack hammer to the chest.
And they felt every bit of it.
And that, but just so light to where it almost is just annoying. And just have it on like an automatic arm, something so it's not, you don't personally have to do it, but just over time it just wear a hole in their chest.
Hey, what other movie was that?
Seven?
The second thing I saw was when, what was it? Was it Bad Boys? When the guy put the rat and then...
oh, yeah.
And then burned it and made the rat eat? Yeah, that'll be a hell of a way to die.
Yeah, Bad Boys was good.
A rat eating through you, bro?
That would be, well, you apparently don't like any animals eating through you. Pigs, rats...
Yeah,
none of them are good for you.
We're good with that, bro.
Well, around, so I don't know how this happened, but sometime in the last couple of weeks, I started walking around and pretending like I'm king of the house. So I've been making decrees. Like, I'll just, like, if I had just changed a rule or made up a rule, instead of being like, look, here's how I want to do this from now, I've just started to say, like, this is my official decree of the day. You will now put your watch on before your clothes and take it off before you take off your clothes. Instead of my 7-year-old going to get in the shower, running out naked, and taking 3 minutes to take off his watch. It's a little awkward.
Makes sense.
When people are over. I don't care. It's my kid.
Gotcha.
But, so that also got me thinking about the Kings of Catalina. Because I'm still sold on that.
The Kings of Catalina.
But we would have to separate the island. So... I'm thinking we would have North and South Catalina.
Why? You want to go to war, bro?
No, we don't have to go to war. We
I'm
don't
just
have
asking,
to.
man.
But I mean, we could. But we don't have to. I'm saying, like, if...
I'm not a war guy.
I'm not either. But there is a line for a reason. Just saying, you know, like, we do things a little bit different, even though we like the same stuff. Yes. So I'm assuming I would be North Catalina. Just fits. You're way more chill than I am.
Touche.
I rule with an iron fist that's kind of loose. Like my rules are very few and far between, but you better hold to them. Otherwise, I'm coming down. So, all right, so you're South Catalina, I'm North Catalina. What's your money called?
Bread.
Bread?
Yeah.
All right. I like bread. All right, let's see. Mine would have to be called, like, I don't know. I'd have to come up with something fun. Or it'd either have to be something really fun to where it was like, yeah, man, like, let's boost the economy because I like saying that word. Or it's like, you got to make it where it's really depressing, like something like dirt. And it's like, man, like, I don't want to give away dirt. I barely have any dirt. And then I'm going to give away dirt? No, I don't think so. Well, I think it would have to be, like, I'm going to stick with Canada's system. The loonies, the toonies, those are good. A loony, that's fun.
I don't even know the name of Canada money, don't worry.
Yeah, loonies and toonies. I just told you. There you go.
Learn something new.
There's your history lesson for the day. All right, what language would you speak? Would you make something up, or would you speak an existing language?
Pig Latin.
Pig Latin?
Pig Latin.
Can you speak Pig Latin?
Absolutely not.
Then why would you have that as your language? I guess you're the king. So this is a made-up scenario. You're king, so you would just automatically know the language.
I can learn Pig Latin. I know the basis of it, so I can
Pig Pay Atenlay?
Whatever that means.
That means Pig Latin.
There you go.
I have 2 older sisters. I could do it.
Oh,
or I used to. Gosh, it's been like 20 years.
There you go. See, you got this.
MC. Acplay, Irish. Fuck, how do you do Irish? Irish-a? I don't know.
I just liked it when people
language.
I never learned it back then.
I like Creole. Creole's weird, but I like it. It's I don't know.
I know it gives you a good vibe.
There's also my wife's cousin's husband, so my cousin-in-law. I don't know, not a real thing, but he's from Belize and
if you like him, he could just be your cousin. That's
speaks. Yeah, he's my cousin. So I forget what they speak in Belize, but it sounds really bitchin'. But I'm like, it doesn't sound like anything else I've ever heard. There's like
Belize?
words and noises mixed in.
So there's multiple Belize. You said because they speak something in Belize, so
it's a language, yeah, because it's like a Spanish version language. So it's there's an offshoot. You could be in Belize and speak 6 different versions of Spanish or whatever, but it's one of the 2 main versions. But it's kind of like the traditional version. So unless you're from Belize, you don't traditionally speak it.
Gotcha.
It's from what I understand. What's your country's major export? How do you make money? What are we doing? Cannabis?
Absolutely.
It's just a money maker. You can be cannabis. I'll do goats and coke.
Don't. Do goats really make money? Like is that?
I don't know, but you gotta have a way to smuggle the coke in. Shove them up the goats.
So why don't you just do like a morgue in coke?
No, because then you could still use the goat. I mean, if you have a drug mule that's a human, do you kill the human? And then use the look. I already seen Bad Boys. It didn't work out. If you use a live thing and it's a goat, you really think they're gonna anal probe goats? No.
But that was literally the brightest idea ever to ship drugs and dead body. Who's gonna open a dead body? Nobody's gonna open it. It's
Martin Lawrence when he's on ecstasy.
It's because they knew already. But outside of that, no one's checking a dead body. Man,
well, now they are because everybody's seen Bad Boys 2.
Yes.
Or was that Bad Boys 1? That was 1. Yeah. I don't know. I get them confused because Bad Boys 2 was also very good. That's one of the few sequels that was very good.
Oh.
In my opinion. What do you think?
What?
Bad Boys 1 and 2.
Oh,
are you here?
Are
you present?
Yes, I'm
Is this
present.
thing on?
Yeah, I'm present. No, I thought you meant like other sequels that I thought were good because I don't think many sequels are good.
Oh, me neither, but I definitely love this lane. Beverly Hills Cop 2. One is I can't say it's better. I love Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2.
One of the best sequels?
Terminator 2. I
Mighty
should probably let you
Ducks
answer. Mighty Ducks 2.
Mighty
Yes.
Ducks 2.
That is one of the best. What about like
They just added that to ESPN Plus for all you out there.
yeah, Terminator 2 is one of the ones that the sequel's better than the original.
That's tough.
Mm-mm.
That's tough.
It's not tough. It's really not.
That's tough.
No.
That's tough. Terminator 1 is pretty good.
It's pretty good. Terminator 2 is like all-time great. When that movie came out, because that came out in what, 92, 94? I remember being too young to watch it, but it was such a big deal when it came out that all the parents I knew were like, all right, the kids can watch it even though they're not supposed to, because like the robot, human, like the graphics, all this stuff was so cool. It was like, all right, we'll make an excuse this one time, but this isn't happening again.
The
Terminator 2
Bourne
was the
series
shit.
is like the third one is the best. Bourne Ultimatum is the best one, so that's not the first one.
Bro, so that is one of the most action-packed movies you could ever put yourself in, right?
Yeah.
I fell asleep 10 minutes in.
What?
Dude, I fall asleep in movie theater. Well, used to when movie theaters was a thing. But it doesn't matter. Dark Knight Rises is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I'm a movie sleeper too, don't worry.
I fell asleep the last 30 minutes the first time it came. Like, I just fall asleep in the movie
put me in the
theaters.
movie theater, I'm out, man.
I am out. I
Unless
think it's
it, like grabs my like it has to really grab my attention, bro. If it
Yeah.
doesn't, I'm out.
Well, even like when I prep, like I get a coffee or whatever, but it's like that's the one place where I've always felt in my life like no matter what, I paid to do nothing for 2 hours. So finally like my anxiety goes away and like my brain relaxes, and then it's fine. Then it's like then I just knock out.
Theaters with all these laid back chairs, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, it's over.
Recliner. They're like, "Do you want a blanket?" I'm like, "You guys really don't want me to watch
And
this
they've gone
movie."
as far as ordering food in the theater.
That's my favorite shit.
Yeah.
We started doing that years ago when it was like we had to drive out to Pasadena, which is, it's like 45 minutes away just to go see a movie, but it was that big of a deal, that experience. Gourmet food, they serve you drinks and beers and stuff, and you're just chilling.
Y'all got it extra good, bro.
Now they're everywhere. You can't go to any of them, but whenever they open, from my house,
They're not
10
everywhere
minutes.
Where I'm at. You got to drive. You got to drive a little bit to get one.
Yeah, that shit's easy peasy. Did you ever watch like fighting movies like Bloodsport and shit like that?
Yeah, I've seen Bloodsport.
So like all those sequels, would you say like they're
I mean,
pretty
they're
much
pretty-
all the
yeah,
same
they're
movie,
pretty
so
much,
it's all
yeah.
good, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the the same.
What about the Karate Kid? Does the second one suck as much as the first one?
What? Don't ever disrespect the first Karate Kid. The first Karate Kid is fire, bro.
It's pretty good. I still haven't sat and watched the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
You're sad, Pete.
Well, it was because I was enjoying it with friends, and so I didn't watch it. Same thing with Star Wars. I have not sat down and watched
those type of movies, so
Yeah.
I can't blame you for that.
Look at that. Popularity contest. 2 guys that have never seen Star Wars all the way through. I've seen the second one, but that was in high school.
Oh, people looking at this wouldn't expect me to watch Star Wars. You on that?
Why? You look like a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
I don't know why I had this written down. Oh, probably for the countries thing. But what's your GPS voice that you currently have? Because you use it all the time.
European lady.
European, like British?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you
English
hate
lady.
the most? Because that's the one
The
I hate
regular
the most.
person. Oh, I hate the regular voice. Like
I feel like the British lady is just talking down to me. Like, listen, motherfucker. Easy.
I would have went with the British dude, but I'm too scared that people would get in my car and think some weird stuff.
I honestly, for my GPS, like, I just look at it. I look at all the details, and I'm like, I'll memorize like 5 or 6 things because usually it's on freeways.
That's my preference too. Yeah.
And then I turn it off, and then I'll pull it back up when I get close because I don't like hearing that shit. Stay away from me.
Especially when I'm at home. Here, I need to hear it and see it. Here, I'm too scared of missing an exit.
Yeah.
Now I'm end up in the hood, and bro, we don't want that to happen.
So we got the NCAA tournament starting, and just to do something different, since people enjoy our super fight so much, figured we could actually team up on this one. And we're going to go quickly, match by match, and go mascot to mascot. Who we think's going to win, fill out the bracket, and we'll see who ends up in the winner's circle. And I'm going to end up putting a bet on them, just for shits and giggles.
You should probably just to win, because the winning mascot is probably not who's actually going to win it.
A bulldog?
Huh?
So let's go. We got our playing game. We're recording on Tuesday, so playing game is tomorrow, Wednesday, St. Paddy's Day. Correct?
I thought the first one was Thursday.
Or is it Thursday and everybody plays Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what we have is the Norfolk State Spartans versus the Appalachian State Mountaineers. Spartan or Mountaineer?
I'll go Spartan.
For sure, I agree. And they are going up against the Gonzaga Bulldogs.
Which means the team that actually is going to win it goes home early.
Spartans. Move on. All right, so next we have the Oklahoma Sooners. Timeout.
Already looking at this list, I see some double names. What if they run into each other?
Then we have to go with region.
Oh, okay. Cool.
We'll figure it out. It's our podcast. No rules.
There you go.
So we got the Oklahoma Sooners versus the Missouri Tigers.
Well, the Sooners carry a gun, so
That's true, but it's a tiger. So and those Sooners have like the musket style. If they miss, they're fucked.
If you don't miss, the Tiger's fucked.
Well, not true, because you got with those bullets, you got to hit them dead on. And if it doesn't kill right away, that tiger's still coming.
So you're taking a tiger over a human being with a gun. I don't know if I'm
with
okay
a
with
musket.
that, but if you can sell it, I'll buy.
All right, so
Tigers are so
we'll go
much-
with a wounded tiger.
Cool. It doesn't matter because we know who's winning the next match.
So then we have the
If it's a fight, we can pretty much know who's going to win every match.
Well, you'd be surprised. So we'll say the Creighton Blue Jays versus the UC Santa Barbara Gauchos.
I'm just going to go with the Gauchos
Gauchos.
because Blue Jays sounds so soft.
That's right. So the Virginia Cavaliers versus the Ohio Bobcats. So we got
Well, those are humans
cavalry
without
with a
gangs.
sword
That's not a gun. That's
versus a bobcat.
The sword ain't going to do it. If a gun didn't do it,
But what if the
sword-
bobcat lunges and the guy just leans back?
Listen, if we didn't let a gun with a gun
I'm just
win,
trying to give the guy a chance. I'm team human usually.
If a guy ain't got no gun and he still ain't win, a dude ain't with a sword, don't stand no chance.
I like it. Bobcats it is. So then we have the USC Suckfest Trojans versus the Wichita State Shockers.
Now, Trojans as in Trojan warriors. And
Yes,
this
as
is
in
a
you can't
fight.
spell suck without USC, and only dicks wear Trojans.
All that said, their mascot is a Trojan.
Yeah, all they have to do is avoid getting shocked. That's nothing. All right, USC. I can't wait to see who fucking kills you.
Nobody.
That better not. Dude, I'll be so fucking depressed.
Hey, bro.
If the Trojans win the tournament
Yes,
at this, and I gotta put $50 on them, I'm
If
gonna
we're
be
talking
so
just
upset.
straight fighting stuff, it's gonna be hard to beat a Trojan.
We'll see. The first round's gonna take a little bit to get through, but then it's gonna be speedy. So then we have the.
A Blue Jay versus Eagle. Get them.
No,
the
we've
hell
got
outta here.
Kansas. So we've got the Jayhawks versus Eastern Washington Eagles.
Exactly. Well, we know who wins that. An eagle. They're both birds. Jayhawk ain't beat no eagle. Eagle the biggest, baddest bird there is.
All right. I'll take your word for that because I don't really know. I know the Jethawks were a thing, but that's a minor league baseball team. So I don't know. So then we got the Oregon Ducks versus the VCU Rams. That's easy, right?
Hold up. Did you skip? Hold up. So Drake and is it Drake in Kansas? Did we mess
No,
the
it's
games up?
Drake and Wichita State, but we already had a Bulldog, so I skipped them.
Oh, so you
That-
just
that's a
put
playing
Wichita
game.
State. Okay,
That's a
okay.
playing
I
game.
got you. Drake will probably lose anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah. So then we have the Ducks versus the Rams. It's a Ram, right? Squash those Ducks. And then we have the Iowa Hawkeyes versus the Grand Canyon Antelopes. That's interesting. I think the Hawkeye wins, right?
That's a hell of a
Because how's
play.
the antelope gonna? I mean, they would have to time it to where the
Hawk would
the
come
hawk
down and
was
they rammed
swooping
him.
in, and then they got to knock him.
But how does the Hawk beat him? Like
The hawk just comes in and is the tack hammer, baby. Just comes in and starts picking at this motherfucker until just nipping at those legs, can't run, and then where you going? Unfortunately, I got to go with Iowa, the Hawkeyes on this one.
Gotcha.
All right, so let's move over to the southern region. We have the Baylor Bears versus the Hartford Hawks. Bears all day,
Bears.
right? Yeah. Snatch that hawk out of the air and fucking dominate. We have the North Carolina Tar Heels versus the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badgers. Man, I don't know what the fuck a Tar Heel is, bro. And I'm a fan.
It's a ram.
Imaginary ram. There's no real ram named a Tar. Like what the fuck?
You're kicking your own team out in the first round when they would win in the mascot fight? I'm giving you the
mascot.
Tar Heel anyway. Because
The Tar Heels over a Badgers is nothing, but what I don't even know what a Tar Heel is. Like it's just a
I just told you, it's a ram.
Oh, well, he's going home next round because he can't beat no damn bear.
Yeah.
In
Well,
real life, he won't though, because we're gonna win that game, buddy. Put
Okay.
your money on that.
we'll see what the spread is. So then we have the Villanova Wildcats versus the Winthrop Eagles. Wildcats are too big. This Eagle's going down.
Yeah, he's definitely going down.
All right. Wildcatting out there. So then we have
That's gonna win.
Purdue
Matter of fact,
Boilermakers
There's your champion.
versus
There's your champion.
the North Texas Mean Green, which is a bird.
I don't give a shit what he is. He's going against a whole train. Beep, beep.
I don't think trains have horns.
Oh,
They
whatever.
have whistles.
Whatever you want to call it. There's your national
Wait,
champion.
is that a
$50
do your
on the
best train
Boilermakers.
impression?
Yeah.
All right. I like yours better than mine. Oh, shit. So, Texas Tech, the Red Raiders versus Utah State Aggies. Okay. So, the Red Raider is like a miner, basically, right? With like some sort like tools or weapons. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, at
And
the
then an
game, that
Aggie
man's
is just
gotta be shooting.
an Aggie is an agricultural student. So
Okay, so he loses.
the Red Raiders win.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So then we have
Colgate Raiders.
the Colgate Raiders versus the Arkansas Razorbacks. Razorbacks are no joke.
Yes, but we're talking about multiple Raiders.
Okay, so we'll go with Raiders versus a Red Raider. I think I know who's going to win that one. Then we have the Florida Gators versus the Virginia Tech Hokies. And the Hokie
Is a turkey.
is, it's a Hokie bird, which is
Has
a
no
turkey.
chance.
Has a no chance versus a Gator.
That is swamp food, buddy.
And then finally, we have the Ohio State Buckeyes versus the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles.
I think the Buckeyes, what? A what? Like, what the fuck It's
I
a
don't
Buckeye.
know what a Buckeye is.
Like an otter.
Is it?
Yeah, he's like an otter dude. Or is he a bird? And he has wings.
No,
I think he's like an otter looking dude. Like he looks like an otter. The actual mascot looks like an otter dude.
All right. Well, they would beat a golden eagle, I would think.
Just because they would beat him in probably real life.
And we have too many fucking birds. Sorry.
But I actually think the Golden Eagles are going to win that game in real life. Put your money on it, kids. Put your money on it. Ohio State first round exit. Okay.
We could switch to golden eagles, but we're going to go with Buckeye for now. So now we'll move to the Midwest. We have the Illinois Fighting Illini versus the Drexel Dragons.
Oh.
So the Fighting Illini is just someone from Illinois. That's what Illini is.
All this is planned for second place. We know who the winner is.
Dragons.
No.
The Drexel Dragons. Are you saying Dragons wouldn't beat somebody from Illinois?
Actually, the Drexel Dragons can't win.
Yes. No. I'm not doing this again,
You
Mike.
can't move them on. That is make believe. That is fucking make believe.
Do you honestly think
that is make believe?
that a Wildcat's gonna fight a train? This is all make believe,
Okay.
Mike. The dragon
No.
beats a person from Illinois. This is bullshit.
A dragon beats no one. A dragon is only in a fairy tale, Brendan.
That's horseshit.
That cannot. I'm not signing off on that. I refuse to sign off on a fairy tale beating a human being.
No, fine. Then it's a person from Drexel wearing a dragon T-shirt versus a person from Illinois, and the person from Drexel wins because Illinois people have corn shoved up their ass. I don't know.
Do you know Chicago's in Illinois?
Yes,
Do you know what that means?
I don't care.
That they own the murder capital. So
It doesn't matter. It's dragons. Dragons. I'm putting my foot down on this one.
Oh, yes, I'm insensitive.
I don't believe you actually wrote dragons on our
Stop
paper.
your job. Look at the insensitive man. That's what they're paying you for.
I don't care.
People are gonna judge us now, Brendan, that we believe
Now?
in dragons.
If they haven't been judging us yet, there's something wrong with them. Fucking wackadoos.
Yeah, and if they win another game, I'm just cutting the podcast off.
All right,
We're
we'll
done
see
for
what
the
happens
day.
then. We'll
We're
see
done
what
for the
happens.
day,
Because
bro.
now we have the Loyola Chicago Ramblers versus the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Ramblers versus bees. Bees sting somebody and they die, right?
What bee did you see sting somebody and kill him?
I don't
People
know.
get
Somebody
stung by
told me
bees
that as a kid. I just
People
always
stung by
believed
bees
it.
every day.
No. There's certain kinds of bees where when their stinger falls off,
Now they're
they
yellow
die.
jackets, so they can swarm and they can win. If you want to move on the yellow jackets,
All
I'm okay
right.
with that.
Georgia Tech.
Because Loyola Ramblers are led by.
All
hold
right.
up, man. They're led by Prince Mary. They're led by Mary Catholic lady. They might win. I don't know.
No, come on. Don't overthink it.
Just saying.
So then we got the Tennessee Volunteers versus Oregon State Beavers.
They lose. They volunteer to lose.
That's exactly right. Bunch of nice fucking losers is what you got there in Tennessee. So then we have the Oklahoma State Cowboys versus Liberty Flames.
The Cowboys
Fire
win.
versus Cowboys.
Cowboys win. They have the most powerful weapon in the world. Guns.
Most powerful weapons up here, Mike.
That's what they say. They splattered on them.
The San Diego State Aztecs versus the Syracuse Orange.
They have a chance.
It's got to be the Aztecs.
Yes, the Aztecs are the.
They're
Indians.
warriors.
Yeah. Yo, this is a good thing.
See, it takes a little bit. You get going here. So, West Virginia Mountaineers versus the Morehead State Eagles. Mountaineers shoot those fucking eagles. They eat them for breakfast.
Yeah.
WV. So I'm not stupid. Then we have the Clemson Tigers versus the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. This is an interesting bout, my friend. Because, why are you looking at me like it's a done deal? Give me your done deal.
If he ain't got no gun, he can't beat a tiger.
But he's in full armor.
What does that mean?
That
This
means
is a
that the tiger
200 pound-
cannot penetrate that armor unless he rips it off.
He's gonna rip it off when he gets
We're
on top
assuming
of
it's
him.
a male tiger, and that's really rude of you, Mike.
Oh, woman tiger, whatever. She's gonna rip it off too. She's gonna smack his little.
I would way rather fight a male tiger than a fucking
Matter of
female
fact,
tiger.
when he one paw hits it, smacks his head rolling down the road. Don't matter. You ain't gotta do nothing else to him. You ain't gotta rip the arm off. You can knock his head. Tiger can literally knock your head off your shoulder.
It's actually tigers. So
All of these are multiple, which is
not all of them. Not all of them. Let's see here. Do you know how many? Hang on. How many colleges can you name where the mascot does not end in an S?
0.
What do you mean 0? We just talked about one of them. So you got the Fighting Illini.
Well, that doesn't end in S, but that's still plural. Illini is plural.
That doesn't end in an S, is what I said.
I know.
So
why I
Fighting
didn't think
Illini,
about that.
Notre Dame Fighting Irish. You got the Mean Green of North Texas. You've got Alabama Crimson Tide. You've got
Roll Tide.
Navy Midshipmen. You've got Stanford Cardinal. You've got... Who else is there?
I don't know.
Bowling Green.
I can do all the NBA teams. That's
Bowling Green, is that the Mean Green or the Green
Machine.
Wave?
Or Green Wave.
Yeah, there's Toledo Green Wave. Something like, I don't know. That's all I got. Fucking way more than you. Mister, I watch sports all day. This noggin still works a little bit.
Yeah, I just don't think about the side teams without an S. You know why? Because they probably all suck, including the...
Say it. Go ahead, say it. Yeah. Okay. Just remember where you're sleeping, motherfucker. You better sleep with one.
Convicts.
Verse Catholics, baby.
Burst Catholic.
You better sleep with one eye open, because when you fall asleep, I'm going to fill a sock with bars of soap and beat the shit out of you. All right, the Houston Cougars versus the Cleveland State Vikings.
Vikings.
Yes. Good answer. All right. And our last region, we have the East. We have the Michigan Wolverines versus the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers, most likely, instead of Texas Southern.
Okay, so Wolverines are not the animal of X-Men. So what is a Wolverine? Just a regular wolf?
No, a Wolverine is an animal.
Okay.
It's a hybrid animal, kind
It's
of.
a type of a wolf. Right?
Yeah, gangster motherfucker.
But he's playing against who?
A mountaineer. So, somebody with a gun.
Yeah, so he loses. Like, guns win. That's just...
So, did you hear about the betting stuff with Michigan? So, when the season opened, they were at 125 to 1 to win the tournament because there was just some weird stuff. Like, they miss the odds makers misrepresented, they were just like, oh, Michigan, whatever. They just put them in a weird regular tier. And then after like 5 games, they went from 125 to 1 to 50 to 1. And then like by game 10 or 12, they went down to like 10 to 1. So there's some people that put in like tens of thousands of dollars on the 125 to 1 right when it first popped because they're like, why is Michigan
won't win, so it doesn't matter.
Just saying, there was a whole thing about it. Mike?
I know, there should have been a thing about, you know what, those are the ones you catch, man, you win. Like, depending on where Deshaun Watson lands, I'm going to put money on it for them to win the Super Bowl, depending on where it is. If it's in Washington, I hate the Redskins and my Cowboys.
They just signed Ryan Fitzpatrick.
What does that mean? If they can find a way to trade for
That's
Deshaun
true.
Watson,
That's their backup
Ryan
plan.
Fitzpatrick doesn't matter.
Yeah. So
And with that defense, or Russell Wilson, I've heard some Russell Wilson run, and I hate the Redskins, but for money purposes,
for
if you catch it right before the trade at the highest point, and they trade for Russell Wilson with that defense, you like your chances.
oh god, yeah. Anywhere Russell Wilson goes, I'm
That's
in.
what I'm saying.
If he played anywhere besides Seattle, I would be a huge Russell Wilson fan. But I'm a Niners fan. Fuck that guy.
And I got to give credit to Colin that I stole all his information because I was watching Colin the other day.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, he made the point of the Redskins. I'm like, yo.
I think you know what?
Check.
I think they should do.
Check.
They should do what they did when they changed the name of the Washington Bullets. Since they don't have any name right now. Do you remember what they did?
The Redskins, huh?
The Washington football team, whatever. They're the Redskins. Do you remember what they did with the Bullets? Because obviously you can't be in fucking DC and call your team the Bullets, especially an NBA team like the most black followed
murder capital of the world.
fucking assholes. I mean, it was cool at the time. You're like, they fucking did that.
Made
All
sense,
right,
though.
it did make sense. And they're like, yeah, but we shouldn't promote it. So what? Do you remember what they did? They opened up a hotline. They had people call in and just leave messages like, I want the name to be this, blah, blah, blah. And then they got it down to like however many names. and then you called in and just hit 1 for assholes, 2 for what wizards, and then it ended up being the Wizards.
Yeah, but the thing about it with the Redskins and now modern day time is that people leak every fucking thing. So what happened with this time is that they had names they wanted.
Yeah.
Somebody fucking leaked it, and then people go out and make websites and shit so that you have to buy it from. It's a money grab. Everything is about money, people. Shit is sad.
Well, let's get back into the tourney. We're almost done with round 1. So we have the Texas Southern Tigers. No, where am I going here?
Who knows?
No, LSU Tigers versus St. Bonaventure Bonnies. I don't know what it is, but Tigers win, right?
Yeah, I don't know what a Bonnie is. So.
A loser, a dead body. That's what it is. All right, so then we have Colorado Buffaloes versus the Georgetown Hoyas.
Buffalo versus Hoya.
So
a Hoya is just like a pit bull dog, and I think they're kind of like British bulldog type. So I don't see them as really the fighting type.
yeah, I think a
And
Buffalo
Buffaloes are pretty
matches.
big, so we're gonna go Buffalo.
Yep, I'm good with Buffalo. So-
Seminole Spartan. That's a hell of a fight.
Yeah, so we got Florida State Seminoles versus UNC Greensboro
We have
Spartans.
plenty of Indians already in the tournament. We have Spartan already, so we can go either way.
Well, I'm trying to think fighting style. I think Seminoles take it because they have weapons with range, and Spartans are close range combat people.
I won't argue there. I don't
Seminoles are on horseback. They got more going
know.
on.
Cougars, because I don't know what a Bruin is. Sorry.
You're skipping ahead.
What's
Hang
the
on.
next one?
So next one is BYU Cougars versus UCLA Bruin. A Bruin's a bear,
Oh, then
but a
he-
cuddly bear.
Oh, then he loses too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cougars. Sorry, you adorable little bear. Then we have the Michigan State Spartans versus the Texas Longhorns.
That is tough.
That's tough because Spartans are very agile. He knows he's in a fight, but if that bull gets
Yeah,
a hold of you,
Does Spartans use guns?
no.
He loses.
I'm sensing a theme here, Mike.
If it's
You
a
don't
wild
like
animal-
animals.
If it's a wild animal, they win, bro. A 2,000-pound animal, a human can't beat that. I'm sorry. That's why I stay out of their habitat.
So, actually, what the fuck? We did that wrong. Michigan State, UCLA have the play-in game. Oh, my bad.
You added the play-in game, so it would have been BYU Cougars
Versus Longhorns.
Bruins. So then Longhorns would have been versus Wildcats, still Longhorns, so that's fine.
So, Texas.
We're gonna keep no. The Cougars would have either did
Oh, yeah.
Bruins or
Okay.
Spartans. We've already got a Spartan.
So,
We could
yeah, I
do
got you.
Bruins. We kept the Cougar. You ain't have to change it, bro. You could have kept the Cougar there.
All right.
Cougars
I'm
gonna
back.
lose
I'm
next
back.
round anyway.
All right. So now we have UConn Huskies versus Maryland Terrapins. Huskies going to kill a turtle any
Okay.
day. And then Alabama Crimson Tide versus
Which is
the
an
Iona
elephant.
Gales.
I don't know what a gale is though, so the elephant wins.
Yeah. I think
Then
a
the
gale
elephant-
has something to do with weather in the
Then
sea
the elephant loses.
or some shit. All right. So now, speed round. We're going through it. So we have Spartans versus a tiger. Or tigers.
Spartan. No. Spartans don't have guns.
Yeah, tiger. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, you're mixing it up here.
Hold
Gaucho.
up. Is that Tigers? What team is that?
It's tiger.
If
Tigers.
it's one tiger, he loses.
Okay. If they both have S's, let's assume it's a one-on-one.
Okay.
All right. So tiger wins. Gaucho versus Bobcat. Bobcat.
I don't know what a gaucho is.
Gaucho is not the guy in the gondola, but might as well be the guy in the gondola. It's
Okay.
just a Italian guy with a mask.
Versus a 2,000-pound animal, you better have
All right. A Trojan versus an eagle.
Trojan. Warriors.
I can't wait to see your demise. Rams versus Hawkeye.
Ram.
Mountaineer versus Tiger.
Tiger.
Mountaineer has a gun.
Oh, well, Mountaineer. I thought they were like coal miners. They don't carry guns. What you need a gun for a coal miner?
Well, I don't know. Usually because
Buffalo
people are trying to steal your shit.
and the
Buffalo
Seminoles.
versus Seminole. A Seminole wins.
Seminoles.
Cougar
Kill
versus
myself for food.
a Longhorn. Cougar's going to take that.
No, he's not taking a bull.
Yeah, because, dude, a Longhorn, that bull is so big. as long as that cougar is agile and moves around it and is able to just attack it from behind and the side, dude, it'll take that bull down.
You think? I don't know. Bull's a big bull.
I'll give it to Texas on this one. We got plenty of different cougars here. All right, so we got a husky versus an elephant. Elephant all day. Crimson Tide. All right, so we got bear versus Tar Heel. Bear.
Tar Heel should
We've got wildcat versus a train.
We know who's gonna win this. So you can just like this is all.
We've got a red raider versus the Raiders. Raiders. We've got the Gators versus the Buckeyes. Gators. We've got dragons versus yellow jackets. It's got to be dragons. Dragons survive another round. And Mike can't believe it. Sorry, I'm taking that one. Beavers versus Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah. Aztecs versus Mountaineers. I'm going Aztecs. They're warriors.
Yeah, they're warriors. But they don't have guns. Time out. If you say Mountaineers got guns, guns win. Guns are the most unstoppable force.
All right, so. West Virginia Mountaineers. All right, Tigers versus Vikings.
Vikings
win.
That was their habit.
All right, so back up. So we have Tiger versus Bobcat.
Ooh, good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger's
bigger. Yeah. Trojan versus a Ram.
Trojan Warriors.
Mountaineer versus Seminole.
Ooh, gun. Mountaineer.
All right. I don't know. I think we got to take...
Seminoles throw spears and stuff if you want to take that into consideration.
Yeah, because Mountaineer might not necessarily have a gun like you said.
Oh, okay, cool.
But they might.
If they do, they will.
Yeah. So let's go Seminole. All right. So then we have a Longhorn versus an elephant.
I don't care who you put because they're going to lose next round. So.
All right. So then we have a bear versus a train. Purdue. We have Raiders versus Gators.
Equal amount of them, the Gators are going to win.
Gators. I like it. I'm on your side. All right. So we've got Dragons versus Cowboys.
Cowboys have guns.
All right. Finally, the Dragons can be put to rest. But they did make it to the Sweet 16.
Imaginary world.
Mountaineers versus Vikings.
If there's no gun, Vikings win. I mean, they fight. That's what they do.
Yeah. Even if there are, it's musket status. Vikings are taking you down. All right. So we got a Tiger versus a Trojan. This is like Gladiator Russell Crowe shit. Tiger? No! What are you saying?
Trojan Warriors. They were warriors. They fought tigers, whatever. They were out.
All right. Fucking Trojans. They're really fucking harshing this St. Patty's Day episode for me, man. All right. A Seminole versus an elephant.
Seminoles.
But those arrows are just going to, come on, bro. Have you ever seen Lord of the Rings when they're shooting arrows at those elephants and they just keep trucking along?
Did you really mention Lord of the Rings when we're talking real life stuff?
Yeah. They also have dragons.
Exactly. My point exactly.
They have money. They have gold.
Yeah, gold. Can't do nothing with gold in America. Listen. That's not true. And
all right, so who you want? Do you want a Seminole?
Seminoles, they feed off the wild. They live out, listen, this is what they do for
Oh, I actually like this. Okay, hang on. So then we have a train versus an alligator.
Boiler maker.
Purdue. And we have Cowboys versus Vikings. Again, Vikings already... no. Cowboys beat Mountaineers. They didn't necessarily beat Cowboys.
No. Cowboys really have guns. You said the only reason why the Vikings won because the Mountaineers might not have guns.
All right.
Cowboys
so, hey.
guns.
So we've got the USC... Our Final Four is the USC Trojans, the Florida State Seminoles, the Purdue Boilermakers, and the Oklahoma State Cowboys. All right. So we've got a train versus a cowboy.
What are you looking at me for? Like the answer changes. I told you who was gonna win when I heard their mascot.
Here's the difference though. Is a cowboy can ride up alongside a train on a horse and hijack it.
What? This is a combat.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
This is a fight. We're fighting head on. you versus me.
Says
you can't
who?
Win.
It's not you versus me. We're on the same team.
No, I'm talking about in this fight.
Listen, bro, I'm sticking with Cowboys because Cowboys can jack you. They can jack your train. If you're coming straight on at a train, yes, okay, you're going to lose. Doesn't matter if you're in a vehicle or not. But if you are not going and you're like, hey, this is a fair fight, okay, go. We're on train tracks. You can maneuver around and hijack the train. Sorry, Cowboys are going to the championship game.
Well, then the Cowboys are going to win the whole thing.
Now we have Trojans versus Seminoles.
Ooh.
Who do you think would win in a fight versus Trojans? All right, so let's go.
Trojans, man, they're warriors. I can't.
So we're Seminoles.
No, they're Indians. They fought.
What's the difference?
But
It doesn't matter. They're people that are fighting. They're warriors.
The Trojans like warrior. They were fighting for
Seminoles.
armor,
They have
swords.
war paint.
True.
I mean,
Good comeback.
they have like a giant tomahawk they stick in the middle of the ground.
Matter. They're going to lose in the championship, so you can put Seminoles.
I'm
to
just
make you
saying,
feel
who
better.
do you honestly think? Trojans or Seminoles?
I honestly believe the swords. Actually, hold on. Time out. We'll go with the Seminoles. They can throw the spears because the swords you can't really.
And
throw.
they use arrows. That's what I'm saying. They have the distance,
Yeah,
so
they
they
have
kind of
distance.
take out your first wave by the time you get to them.
Yeah.
Then you have your sword. They have their tomahawk. Then it's more to the Spartans, but they've already lost some of their fleet. So I'm going with Seminoles. Fuck you, Trojans. I love you, Uncle Dan. All right, so now we have Seminoles versus Cowboys. Cowboys take it, right?
Yeah. And actually, that's a good $50 bet.
Oklahoma State will put 50 bones on it.
That's a good bet because I actually get that's.
That looks like a 150. It's not. I just did the dollar sign thing. Went a little sideways. All right. I ain't putting 150 bucks on a fucking Oklahoma State Cowboys.
That's my sleeper. That's my dark horse, man. I got the
Our
best
dark
player.
horse now.
Oh, yeah. I got the best player in the tourney.
So, just kind of staying in the same vein as sports, Drew Brees finally called it quits.
No, did you see what they did though? Did you see what the Saints didn't turn around and did?
No, I didn't.
So they didn't turn around and gave Taysom Hill that. Remember last week you were talking about how contracts are written on toilet paper?
Yeah.
So they gave him a toilet paper contract. They signed this guy for 4 years, 140 million, all voidable years though.
What? So
Like,
what's
what's the
his
point?
what's his guarantee?
Like he's like 9 million against the cap.
Oh my god.
So they restructured his deal so his cap number could be lower, but they gave him 4 voidable years in which for real you're only 9 million against the cap, and next year they can cut you, and they gave Jameis 12.
That's bananas, man. But well, the other thing that it was like he had this so well lined up because he's already signed on to be a NBC analyst on Football Night in America, and I'm actually excited. He's going to be in the booth for Notre Dame games, home games,
Oh, for real?
because NBC has an exclusive deal with Notre Dame. They have for eons.
But Notre Dame fans shouldn't like that. He's a Boilermaker.
That was hard to get over until he was in the NFL for longer than he was at Purdue. So then I got over it.
Gotcha.
That's kind of my rule is if you're in the NFL for longer than I hated you in college, now you've moved on in your life, I can move on in mine.
Yeah, but I guess somebody that's against your team won't, because I hate Troy Aikman announcing Cowboy games. I just hate it.
Yeah. He's got to be objective.
It's not even an object. Sometimes he's just entirely too harsh, especially on Dak.
Yeah. Well,
But
it
Romo
is what it
is
is.
too.
Yeah.
Romo
Yeah.
be on his boy. I'd be like, Romo, goodness, like we all know he took your spot, bro. But like you gotta relax, bro. Every miss, like if you go back and just running back at CBS that game that Romo's calling, like you'd be like they weren't even on the same team. Like you would like, bro, it's the worst. I'd be like, bro, like that's crazy.
Oh,
But it's also because he knows the play, so he knows exactly where you're supposed to be going. So from that angle, he's like, "Bro,
Yeah.
why are you not?" You know what I mean? So
That's all.
that
Yeah,
side
it's
of
one
it,
of those
too.
things where he's been in the quarterback room with him. He's like, "We talked about this, you
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
asshole."
Yeah, but you can't say that.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, he's also still fairly new at it, you know. But
highest paid, but new.
yeah, well, the thing is, he brought something to the game that nobody else did. Was he was calling the plays before they were being called. Okay, before they happened. So that was great. Now that kind of allure has worn off, and it's like, yeah, okay, we get it, Tony. Fuck. You used to be a quarterback. Just call the game. Yeah. So I think now he's got to try and transition into that. It'll be interesting.
It is. But don't worry, it's going to be real interesting if they don't pay his boy. Al Michael, his co-boot. Who does he?
Al
share the
Michaels?
booth? That's who Tony shared the booth with, right?
No. Jim Nance.
Jim Nance, yeah, because Jim Nance.
Yeah,
actually
Jim
on that
Nance
boat,
is 2. Al Michaels and Collinsworth, which I used to fucking hate Collinsworth
Oh yeah,
so much because he'd always just be
that's
like
Sunday night.
in America on Channel 4. Because he just always was bitching about the receivers. Like when he first started commentating, it's just like, oh, he's holding the receiver. This not like we get it. You were a receiver, bro, but fucking all right, just call the game, man. So once he got over that, that's a great team now. That's my favorite team.
No, my favorite team is.
And then they got Troy and Joe Buck on Channel 11.
Yeah, I love Troy and Joe. I just don't like.
Yeah, they're good. No, they're
just don't
good.
like Troy when
I
he
mean,
called
Joe
the
Buck
Cowboys.
is, I know his dad did it forever,
All the
was
time.
huge, but like he's the new voice of the World Series for me.
Yeah.
Like it's been a long time he's been
The fact
doing
that
it
he
now.
does both.
Yeah, it's a familiar voice. I like that he does that kind of stuff, and he does the special events, kind of like an Al Michaels or a Vince Scully would do. So I'm always into that. And do you think Bill Belichick's little ego is on fire?
You know it.
The fucking Patriots spent $200 million the first day of free
You know his
agency for the
ego's
first
on
time in
fire.
over, like, since Tom Brady has been their quarterback. Like, we're going to spend money now. Fuck that. Fuck you, Tampa Bay. We're coming. They're like, Cam,
No, that
we're going to
was a
sign you to
straight
a low
ego.
deal and sign everybody else. And he's like, fine, let's do it.
With McDaniel's offense and the perfect receivers to run those crisscross.
Because they got Kendrick Bourne.
With 2 tight ends. He's going back to the old Patriots offense.
Yeah,
bro.
because they signed
They signed Kendrick Bourne and signed
Nelson Aguilar.
Aguilar, who had a decent year last year. Nobody even noticed it for Oakland, taking it
Yeah.
off the top. And they got Aguilar and the other guy they drafted to control and they got 2 tight ends. They're going to control the middle of the field. Let Aguilar take it off over the top every now and then. And they're going to run the ball. Everybody knows they run the ball. The defense will be back to the defense.
They're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
I
they're getting
agree.
their 5 players back that people.
They're going to be in the AFC Championship game with the Bucks as long as, nobody gets too injured.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like they're getting 5 defensive starters back. That opted out last year.
And Gronk is just going to keep signing 1-year deals as long as Tom Brady does. I just saw it was like 1-year deal.
deal.
Okay. 1-year deal. Okay. 1-year
And they're
deal.
giving him $10 million, and he stunk last year.
He did. Yeah. I mean, he cheated on his workouts.
Yeah, he played good in playoffs. I think he had like a couple of touchdowns, but during the season, stink.
Whatever. Well, besides sports, what else have you been watching? Anything really? Same old Good Girls and battle rap?
No, I started rewatching Boondocks.
Boondocks?
Yes,
What is that?
like a TV series. It's on HBO Max.
What's it about?
2 little guys, black stereotypes.
All right. Is it good?
Pretty funny.
Drama? Comedy?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's like cartoonish, so it's not no real people, but. It's pretty
Oh, okay. I think I've seen that on
funny.
there.
John Witherspoon is the voice, one of the voices.
Okay.
And the King.
Yeah, I've seen. Okay, I may have seen it like on the screen, but I never fucking clicked it or anything.
Pretty funny.
Well, Boondocks. Have you seen Boondock Saints?
I've seen it before.
Speaking of St. Patty's Day, did you like it?
It's pretty good.
Just kind of whatever.
Yeah.
You remember seeing it, but nothing of note.
That's right.
Dude, I want to say, I don't know, maybe like 4 years in a row, for every birthday and for Christmas, I got Boondock Saints DVDs. Like that was just, it was the easy thing. Like, dude, in the early 2000s, DVDs as gifts was the shit. It was $20, so you didn't feel bad. You still got to bring a gift. It was something you thought they would like because it's entertainment. DVDs were the perfect, man, when they were in their wheelhouse, that was the shit. It was a perfect
to
gift.
know that it was going out of style, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I ended up re-gifting. So,
I know
what's,
people with 300 plus DVDs, bro.
I mean, I think I've got 200 something in the shed or something like that, just from back in the day. But
That just suck. Just have those.
dude, well, what I started to do was try and transfer them onto external hard drive. It just takes forever. So I got into it. I got like 20 movies in, and then I just haven't touched it in 6 months or 8 months or whatever it is. But I used to give out Boondock Saints as birthday presents and stuff all the time because I had so many. I would always have a minimum of like 4 or 5 copies at my house at all times because people would give them to me. So then I'd just be like, I'd give them out, and then they're like, yeah, he does look like an asshole that would give me the Boondock Saints. Okay. So it kind of worked out.
Regifting.
But then So the other night, I think it was like Thursday night, last Thursday, we went to watch show or whatever on Netflix. I'm talking to Dallas. I'm like, hey, what do you want to watch? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, you want to watch something funny or what? I don't know. Like, what about this shit? Like, I Care a Lot. It's on Netflix. I don't know. It looks kind of funny. So the description of the show is a court-appointed legal guardian. And this is how I thought it was funny. It was on Netflix. It was on my feed. I usually like comedy shit. I just read the caption. I didn't look at anything else. It says, a court-appointed legal guardian defrauds her older clients and traps them under her care. But her latest mark comes with some unexpected baggage. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be a silly, like, I know what you're trying to do. Ha, ha, ha. Turns out this is an extremely intense drama about a con artist lady, and then she tries to take this old bag's money. She's got this whole racket going on, and then her son ends up being a badass and coming for, like, it turns into a thriller. And I thought it was I'm like, you want to watch some nice, lighthearted, fun, ha ha, this old lady gets the catch on this young chick trying to be slick.
No.
But that being said, it was really good. I fell asleep for like 20 minutes of it, but I didn't miss much. But it was really good. It was very intense, very good. Dallas loved it.
Sounds weird.
But it was weird. But it was shocking because it also kind of revealed like this huge scheme that putting drugs in dead bodies, you know, you're like, oh, I never thought of that. I wonder who has already. And then there's, you know, it's like it exposes this whole thing.
Yeah, man,
so.
working in the insurance industry, you understand that it's a lot more fraud going on than you ever would expect.
100%. And then there was a question that came up on The Wall, our good old show, The Wall. I was watching that with Mickey, and there's a question: what was David's last name on 90210? Did you ever watch 90210? Is that a yes, of course, or a are you kidding me, no face?
Are you kidding me, no face?
Okay. Dallas, hey, I'm just saying. In this house, people thought... What?
What's his last name? Bremer.
No. It's gold or silver. Which one do you think it is?
David Gold.
Wrong. Damn. Brian Austin Green is David Silver. I never watched that either. Never watched Melrose Place or Dawson's Crack or...
I did watch Dawson's Creek.
I watched One Tree Hill for a little bit because those chicks were hot.
Well, I actually ended up started watching a little bit with somebody else, my homeboy. He watched that crap when he was in college.
One Tree Hill was okay, and then it got crazy. But I never watched it, like, in the 90s, I never watched any of that shit.
Yeah.
So...
I didn't really watch that shit. He watched that shit. I just happened to catch it.
Whatever, Mike. You're also saying that it was in college, so I don't know. This could all be false. So what shows did you watch?
But I was there.
That's more believable. I was delivering pizzas. What did you watch in the 90s? Because I was trying to think of it. Because that
90s.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Sports Center, bro, and then like Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Martin, that type of stuff.
Family Matters.
Family Matters was good. Full House.
Full House.
Full House was pretty
Did you watch TGIF like every other
Boy
good?
Meets World. Everybody loves Topanga.
Yeah.
Topanga.
Yep. Everybody did love Topanga. She was the first, like,
everybody's first crush.
Right? The first crush where you're like, oh, she's my age.
Yeah, but
you know, not like a Cindy Crawford.
Just to cut you, sorry to cut you off. Funniest dude on Boy Meets World is really Eric, bro. Eric
was he the brother?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Bowl cut brother? Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
And then the old fart was okay every now and again. Their version of Mr. Wilson from Home Improvement. Oh, shit. Well, considering it is the St. Paddy's Day episode, we put out the playlist this week, the Irish Punk playlist. I've been having a fucking ball with it. I don't care about anybody else. You can all suck it or listen to it because it's awesome. Especially on St. Paddy's Day. We're going to do something special. And we're going to drop the whole episode tomorrow. A day early, since we've got it recorded. We'll drop it tomorrow, St. Paddy's Day treat. So check out the playlist. And next week's playlist is going to be in honor of our 90s talk, Nirvana and Dr. Dre. Coming with some heat. Just Nice little pick-me-up. It's March after St. Paddy's Day. It's going to be a rough go for some people. Get a little pick back up, a little pep in your step, but nothing too crazy.
Thursday, bro.
It's all good. If I did have a note. I was curious. There was a song that came on the other day, and I was like, ooh, I should put this on a sex playlist.
You have a sex playlist?
No, but I'm thinking about making one. But, like, do you have any go-to songs that would, like, go on your sex playlist?
No, I mean, no.
Because I don't normally even put on music or anything, you know.
That's what I'm
It
saying,
depends. It depends on what's going on. But if it's like a, hey, you know, we're doing that hotel vibe, or like a, hey, you know,
I mean,
like.
I guess if you're doing the hotel vibe, then yeah.
Or if it's like
you're just laying in bed, bro,
or if it's like
over.
a, hey, I'll be right back. Like, oh, why don't you put on some music? And you're like, oh shit. Like when you're sitting there, it would be nice to have a go-to instead of a, oh fuck, what does she feel like listening to? Like what's gonna be sexy? I don't want to be fucking figure that out while I'm trying to fight my boner to stay down. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of, like, all right, so you got, like, I love Marvin Gaye. So you got your Marvin Gaye, like,
Marvin Gaye's the guy.
in that situation, you're sitting on the couch or whatever, you know, and you're like, all right, look up, you're like, I'm going to make my move. Get up, go over to that wireless Bluetooth speaker across the room, because we're fucking living high on the hog like that. You know, put on Let's Get It On, make eye contact, slowly walk back, not breaking eye contact, get about a foot away from her. I don't know, and then turn around and pull your pants down, something. I don't know what the next move is. I never had to make a move after that.
This is a family show.
It's not a family show. It's a fucked up family show. That's the same as our fantasy football league, though. You're all fucked in the head. I mean, come on. That's just how we roll around
That's
here.
how we roll, baby.
But and then another one, like Color Me Bad. I want to sex you up. That's one you can put on. And well, it's a good one because it starts out playful. Because you put it on, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you put this on. And then you just, if you roll with it and you commit, it works every time. Because you're goofy until you're not goofy, and then they're like, oh, it works. It just does.
Call Me Bad, you never can go wrong with that. I give you
Yeah, it's all good. I'm thinking maybe I'll do that for the next playlist. I already got it in my head. We'll do Color Me Bad and Living Color. That'll be a good mashup. I like them.
Living Color's a band?
Yes.
Oh, I know. There's a show, man. See, learn something new every day.
Living Color. Yeah. Yeah. They're awesome. They're a rock band. Black dudes. That's cool.
Black rock band.
Black rock band.
I'm definitely going to listen to that.
All right, man. Well, on that note, we're going to drop some knowledge and go start enjoying this St. Paddy's Day. Do you have any new knowledge? No, you're just here. That's all right. Well, listen, we're having a ton of fun. Thank you for all the additional support. I mean, we can literally see it growing every week, internationally, numbers-wise, everything. It's really awesome. So thank everybody for the support. Do us a favor, rate, leave us a review, leave a comment, interact with us. We want to have fun with you guys. So
share.
Let's share, keep it going. And we, you know, we don't know what our potential is here, but we intend to find out. So we encourage you to do the same. And on that note, party on, Wayne. Let's do this.